Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com. This afternoon from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush, it's the Patriot League opener for the year 2013 as the Brush Bee Diggers take on the Strasburg Indians. I'm John Beltran. As the Indian starting lineup coming to here momentarily. They are 1-3 going into this game, and the Bee Diggers are 4-4. They did play yesterday. Bee Diggers lost in Loveland to Resurrection Christian 10-0 as they were one hit. So they'll look to turn that around in this particular game against a Strasburg team, which, as I mentioned, has played half of the number of games the Bee Diggers have this season. Here's the Strasburg lineup. Batting first is the center fielder, Damon Chavarria. Glenn Wallace, the third baseman, hits second. Tommy Moore is the second baseman. He bats third. The cleanup hitters, the pitcher, Spencer Blau. Dugan Warner at first, hits fifth. Stephen Hohenholt, the catcher, bats sixth. Logan LeClaire at short hits seventh. The right fielder, Cameron Adams, is the eighth place hitter. And Cole Shoemate, the left fielder, will be batting ninth for Strasburg. The Bee Diggers have Mitch Tormolin at first. Ryan Hirschfeld at second. Tyler Mondays at third. In between them at short is Kyle Rosenbrock. The G-Man, Grayson Simmons in left. Nico Guzman in center. Randy Baker in right. Behind the plate is Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. And on the mound is the sophomore right-hander Alec Peterson. He did start that game against Jefferson Academy and held his own before the Bee Diggers won that game 9-6. Actually, that was started by Tyler Monday.
Center fielder, number 3, Damian Chavarria.
But we did see Peterson actually start against Thornton a week ago Friday, in which he was the winning pitcher. He pitched extremely well. Had some trouble with his control at times, getting into deep counts. And he was really throwing a lot of knuckle curves. We'll see if he goes more towards the fastball in this particular outing. Strasburg coached by Daryl Dodge in their home blacks with the red numerals and the white pants. The Bee Diggers coached by Mark Muniz in the gray pants and the maroon jerseys with the gold numerals and lettering. Opening pitch brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, the fastball's up and in. On the opening pitch of this game in the Patriot League opener to Damon Chavarria. Peterson pitching out of the stretch with the bases empty. And the changeup is in there for a strike at the knees. And the count is level at 1-1. A variety of pitches is what Peterson features, so you never know what he's going to throw. He makes it unpredictable. The breaking ball swung on and missed, and that was a sharp curve thrown by the Bee Digger right-hander. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This field was not in good condition, I should say, and they had to play yesterday's scheduled game against Resurrection Christian in Loveland instead of here, and it looks good now. Swung on, tapped foul to the screen, and the count remains at 1-2. Bee Diggers are scheduled for games on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Doesn't look like they'll play on Tuesday with a weather forecast. Thursday it'll be sunny, but a high of 34, and that game will be in Alt against the Highland Huskies, and then Saturday at Valley. The pitch, breaking ball, is grounded down the third base side off of Monday's glove behind the bag, and it's into foul territory in left field. Rosenbrock picks it up, and we will give Chavarria a hit. That would have been a very tough play and a long throw for Monday, who backed up on that hop. It could have gone either way. But once you play it on that type of hop, it presents a challenge. So Chavarria's on, and here is Glenn Wallace hitting from the right side. Short lead at first for Chavarria. The stretch by Peterson. And the offering. And that's upstairs with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. You can follow us pitch by pitch. KSIRsports.com. Just click on today's game. So if you're wondering what happened in the first inning, if we're in the 4th inning, or whatever the case may be, even in past games, you can check out KSIRsports.com. And the breaking ball is in the dirt, blocked by Arnoldo. 2 balls and no strikes. To the right-handed hitting Glenn Wallace. Strasburg and Brush made for the district championship last May, and the Bee Diggers won that game 5-0 as Kyle Rosenbrock went the distance. And the 2-0. Swung on and lifted down the right field line. A long run for Baker to his left. He'll have to play it on a hop as that ball bounces sideways. He gets it back into Ryan Hirschfeld. Advancing to second is Chavarria. And that's 2 hits to begin the game. An infield grounder and a looper down the right field line. There for Glenn Wallace. That'll bring up Tommy Moore, another right-handed hitter. Neither ball was hit hard, but they were both placed perfectly. Peterson did a nice job 8 days ago getting out of a few jams against Thornton in a 9-1 victory on the road. Let's see if Moore's going to square to bunt the stretch and the offering. And he takes the changeup low. 1 ball, no strikes. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better. B&B Appliance, the pitch. And that is right there on the outside corner for a strike. Took something off of that. And the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. To Tommy Moore here in the top of the first inning. 2 on, nobody out. The Strasburg second baseman hitting with that close stance from the right side. Awaits the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Swung on and driven into the left center field gap. That's going to be cut off on 1 hop by Simmons. He gets the ball back into the infield, but the bases are loaded on 3 hits to begin the game. And that'll send up Spencer Blau. So some trouble now for the Bee-Diggers here in the first inning. As Blau, the opposing pitcher, steps in for the right side. Bee-Diggers will concede a run for an out or 2. Now that changeup hung up there for Tommy Moore. Chavarria third, Wallace at second, Moore at first. The stretch and the offering. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. The Bee-Diggers are going to have the bats at times this year, and that's what they've had in their victories. 9 runs against Thornton, 14 against Colorado Springs Christian, 9 against Jefferson Academy, 8 against St. Mary's. 1-0, and the breaking ball is a strike, belt high. 1 ball and 1 strike. To the cleanup hitter, Spencer Blau. Here's the stretch by Peterson, and the 1-1. The breaking ball is down and away. Ball 2, strike 1. Monday on the edge of the grass at third. Same story for Tormolin at first. Hitting with an open stance, the 2-1 pitch. And that is outside with a changeup. It's 3-1, and now he's got to come in with something juicy. No place to put Spencer Blau with Dugan Werner on deck. Yeah, this is certainly a danger pitch here. The stretch. And the 3-1. Swung on and fouled behind the screen and out of play. It's 3-2. Another big pitch coming up for the very talented sophomore Alec Peterson. Excellent football player. Accomplished a lot in wrestling as well. I believe he was a state placer this year. 3-2 with the bases loaded. Nobody out in the top of the first inning. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is grounded to short. Rosenbrock backs up, flips to second for 1. Hirschfeld will not throw to first. A run scores as sliding into home plate is Damon Chavarria. First and third. And it's 1-0 Strasburg. And here's Dugan Werner. Warner, another right-handed hitter for the Indians. That ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn the double play. So even at Hirschfeld threw it, he would not have got the hitter Blau. Oh, if he can keep it at a 1-0 or maybe 2-0 game, that'll be good enough going into the bottom of the first inning. The stretch. Long pause by Peterson. And the pitch. Runner going, the throw to second, and that might go into center field. No, backed up by Rosenbrock. It does go into center field on the errant throw, and now racing for home and scoring and making it a 2-0 game is Glenn Wallace. So a stolen base for Blau, the air on Maltos Garcia. He threw it right there in the general area, but neither Hirschfeld or Rosenbrock could make the play, and it was behind the bag. And by that point, after the pitch was called a ball, it was a stolen base and a run scored. So 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Fastball for a strike down the middle. And the count is even at 1-1. Blau leads off of second. 2-0 Strasburg in the early going. And the pitch and the breaking ball bounces in. Nice block by the Bee-Digger freshman. Ball 2, strike 1. You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. And stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. The Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 2 in. The pitch swung on and grounded to second. Hirschfeld to his right has got it, sets, throws, 2 down. Blau advances to third. And it'll be Stephen Hohenholt to the plate.
Now batting, catcher number 5, Stephen Hohenholt.
So another big batter here for Peterson to keep this at a 2-0 game. Another right-handed hitter, the pitch. Down and away, took something off of that. 1 ball, no strikes. Peterson's already thrown 22 pitches in the opening frame. Working out of the stretch. And the 1-0 upstairs. 2-0. To Stephen Hohenholt. And Peterson delivers. On the outside corner, again, and looked like a changeup. 2 balls and 1 strike. Strasburg had 3 singles to begin the game. And they scored on a ground out and an error. The pitch, swag and a miss. And the count level at 2-2. Brush was 6-6 a year ago, then rattled off 12 straight victories on their way to the state championship game. And a lot of that was in conference play. The pitch swung on in line towards left field. Simmons coming in and makes the catch, and the inning is over. And that's a big play by the left fielder, Grayson Simmons, as to not allow that third run to score. However, for Strasburg in the inning, they score 2 runs in the frame. They do it on 3 hits, 1 error, and a man left. We head to the bottom of the first. Strasburg 2. The Bee Diggers are coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's get to the Bee Diggers starting lineup, brought to you by Blodorn Lumber. At blodornlumber.com, you can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales flyer, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Doesn't matter if you're a contractor or painting your kitchen. At Blodorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Friendly place, serious service, Blodorn Lumber. Batting first for the Bee Diggers is their pitcher, Alec Peterson. The catcher, Arnoldo Matos Garcia, hits second. Shortstop Kyle Rosenbrock bats third. The cleanup hitter is the second baseman, Ryan Hirschfeld. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Mitch Tormolin. Tyler Monday, the third baseman, hits sixth. The DH is Oscar Soto. He bats seventh. Nico Guzman in center hits eighth. And Grayson Simmons, the left fielder, will be batting ninth. Now for the Indians. We'll set them up defensively. As we know, Spencer Blau will be on the hill. At first base is Dugan Warner. Tommy Moore at second. Glenn Wallace is at third. At short is Logan LeClaire. In the outfield, Cole Shoematon left. Damon Chavarria in center. Cameron Adams in right. Behind the plate is Stephen Hohenholt. And on the mound is Spencer Blau. And the Bee Diggers looking to rebound from yesterday's performance against Jake Lohr of Resurrection Christian. He limited Brush to 1 hit. And that was in a 10-0 victory as Resurrection scored 6 in the third and 4 more in the sixth. Here's Peterson stepping in for the Bee Diggers for the right side. An all right-handed hitting lineup with the exception of Grayson Simmons. And he's batting in the ninth spot. Here's the wind by the right-hander Blau. The pitch swung on and lifted into shallow left field. And racing to his left and making the catch for the opening out is Cole Shoemate. 1 down for Arnoldo Matos Garcia. The freshman with that open stance as well. He's being asked to do a lot in his freshman year behind the plate and the number 2 hole, but he's up to the test, as was Kyle Rosenbrock as a freshman. The pitch. And the breaking ball is low. 2-0 Strasburg. They scored their runs on 3 hits and a Bee Digger error. 1 ball, no strikes. Blau, the right-hander, gets the sign. And the offering. And that's a changeup in the dirt. 2-0. As we mentioned, the Bee Diggers now will be in full force in terms of their schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday they'll play, weather permitting. Looks bad on Tuesday, better on Thursday, but it's going to be extremely cold, towards freezing temperatures, and much better on Saturday, down and away. 3-0 to the freshman catcher, Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. All right, this is a special lineup with all these youngsters and your seniors as well. Up and in, and he walks on 4 pitches. All of a sudden, the tying run comes to the plate in Kyle Rosenbrock. Last time we saw him on this field, he blasted a 2-run homer in a 9-6 victory over Jefferson Academy. And we know that Arnoldo can certainly run. So a threat on the base pass, a threat at the plate, the stretch. Pitch by Blau. And that changeup is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. In fact, you got a lot of home run hitters in this lineup with Rosenbrock, Hirschfeld, Tormolen, Monday. 3 through 6 can really park it. 1-0 offering. Swung on and driven down the line. That's just foul. And that ball actually got in on the hands a little bit to Kyle Rosenbrock. The count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Strasburg, bottom of the first inning. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. There's a level 3 trauma center. Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center bringing quality care to the community. Throw back to first, back in standing is Arnoldo. Back to the count, 1-1. And the offering, and the breaking ball is low. Well, that's a good discipline there by Rosenbrock. He couldn't have done much with that. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Blau gets the sign. 2-step lead for Maltos Garcia. The offering outside with a fastball. The count goes to 3-1. Yeah, anything can happen in baseball. Never know how a team is going to develop throughout the course of the season. And that was pretty evident last year when the Beat Diggers were 500 after 12 games, then were one of the best teams in the state. 3-1 pitch to Rosenbrock, and he takes a breaking ball in the dirt, and he walks. First and second after back-to-back walks. And all that does is really extend a game.
Second baseman number 23, Ryan Hirschfeld.
And Ryan Hirschfeld steps in. We remember that at bat, the grand slam against the Indians last year in the district championship game. It went from 1-0 to 5-0. That would be the final scores. He cranked a grand slam over the left field fence. And the offering. Fastball in there for a strike down the middle at the knees. It's 0-1. Spencer Blau, the right-hander. Working to Ryan Hirschfeld. The stretch with the runners taking their leads with 1 out in the first. And the offering. Swung on. That ball is grounded on the right side to second for 1. And back to first. That's a 4-6-3 double play for the Indians. A double play that was started by Tommy Moore. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. 1 complete in Brush. It's Strasburg 2. Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Strasburg leads 2-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. I mentioned earlier the Beat Diggers have 3 games coming up this week. Tuesday, they'll be here against Sterling in Brush. And then Thursday on the road against Platte Valley. That's a 3:30 start. And then a week from today, 11 a.m. on the road at Bigfoot Turf Farms against the Valley Vikings. However, weather is an issue for 2 of those 3 games, so stay tuned, and we'll certainly have updates on our Facebook page at 1010 KSIR Sports as we begin the second inning. And Alec Peterson will face the bottom of the order. Logan LeClaire, the shortstop for the right side, steps in. The pitch, and the fastball's there for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. The temperature in the upper 40s to begin this game. Supposed to get into the mid-60s. And the changeup is off the glove of Maltos Garcia towards the screen. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Beat Diggers had 2 on, 1 out in the first inning. Did not score. Strasburg had their first 3 on and scored twice. The stretch and the offering. Swing and a miss took something off of that. The count is at 1-2. To the right-handed hitting shortstop Logan LeClaire. followed by Cameron Adams and Cole Shoemate. Peterson out of the stretch as he ordinarily does with the bases empty. 1-2. Just missed low and away. And the count level at 2-2. Now the weather has been typical spring-like weather, not what we had last year, which was beautiful. The pitch. Breaking ball waved at and missed. And LeClaire strikes out. There's one down. In the top of the second inning, that'll send up Cameron Adams.
Now batting right fielder, number 21.
The tall right-handed hitting right fielder for Strasburg. This lineup features no lefties, which hopefully will be an advantage to Peterson a little bit later on. The offering swung on and popped up extremely high into foul territory. And I'm not going to chase that down, and it's a foul ball. Tried that one game ago here, and I thought I was going to make a play, didn't, and then the ball nearly hit me. No balls and one strike with one out in the top of the second inning. Nice job of Ryan getting out of the way. Yeah, that could have been dangerous, but he knows how to maneuver his way into foul territory. 0-1 to Cameron Adams. The stretch by Peterson. And a long pause here. Matos Garcia resets the signs. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is right there on the outer half for a strike. No balls and two strikes to the Strasburg right fielder. The Indians lead 2-0 here in the top of the first inning in Brush. Peterson gets the sign. And the 0-2. Swung on and fouled off on the changeup, and the count remains at 0-2. The friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins can assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. To receive hometown service on a higher plane, visit High Plains Bank today. 0-2 to Adams, the pitch, and the breaking ball is upstairs and outside, 1-2. On deck is the ninth place hitter, Cole Shoemate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. The base is empty in the second. And the offering. Calls strike 3 on a changeup at the knees, and there's 2 down. 2 down for Shoemate. So Peterson has struck out the first 2 hitters here in the second. And after giving up 3 hits to start the game, he certainly found his rhythm. Yeah, the only thing when you rack up the strikeouts, you also rack up the pitch count. Fastball is a little bit high to the right-handed hitting left fielder. 1 ball and no strikes. Peterson gets the sign. And the 1-0. Well, just missed outside. Took something off of that. 2 balls and no strikes. Strasburg with a 2-0 lead. 3 hits to begin the game. And a ground out and a beat digger error scored both runs. The offering, and that is off the plate for a strike, actually right on the outside corner. Looked like the same location, but that time Peterson got the call. 2-1 to Cole Shoemate. The stretch and the offering, and that is just a little bit low and away. He's locating those pitches almost in the same spot. 3-1. Now you want to get this ninth place hitter, Chavarria, on deck. Swung on and driven down the right field line. Baker to his left has got to play it on a hop. Just a foot inside the line, and it's the 4th hit of the game for Strasburg, and the inning continues for Damian Chavarria, who hit a ball to the third baseman Monday behind the bag as he backed up and tried to backhand it. Went off his glove. We gave Chavarria an infield hit. It would have been a tough play on a long throw for Monday. So 2 down and 1 on for the center fielder for the Indians, Damon Chavarria. Peterson looks in. The pitch. That changeup's in there for a strike. Belt high. It's 0-1. Hopefully it will warm up today. The sun has made an appearance, but again, supposed to be in the mid-60s. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down. 2-0 Strasburg in the top of the second. Throw back to first. Back in diving is Cole Shoemate. Peterson looks in. And the 0-1 pitch. And the breaking ball is up and away. Count level at 1-1. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest at 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. The stretch and the 1-1, and the breaking ball is a strike. Just about belt level, it's 1-2. Peterson looking to strike out the side in this inning. And a very, very short lead for Shoemate at first. 1-2 offering, way outside. Count level at 2-2. And approaching the 50 pitch mark through 2 innings. Again, that's the concern when you can rack up strikeouts, but also indicative of the first inning trouble that Peterson got into. 2-2 to Chavarria. The pitch. Boy, just off the plate. Peterson thought he had it. It was just outside. That didn't miss by much. 3-2. The runner will be going with this pitch with 2 down. Arnoldo laying down the sign once again. Throw back to first. Shoemate back in standing. 3-2 pitch upcoming here to Damon Chavarria. Peterson delivers. Swung on and popped up, and that's out of play on the right side as Tormolen gives chase. And the count remains at 3-2. Yeah, sometimes difficult to tell whether Peterson's throwing a fastball or a changeup. There's enough of a difference to throw hitters off, although that wasn't the case, unfortunately, for him in the first inning when he gave up the 3 hits, although really only one of them was hit hard. Started with a ground ball, then a pop-up, and the other one was a line drive, a legitimate line drive by the third-place hitter, Tommy Moore. The pitch, and the breaking ball is low and away, and it's a walk. Issued to Damon Chavarria. The inning continues for Glenn Wallace, who had that pop-up down the right field line. In fact, they've had a couple of those. One in the first inning, one in this inning. So 2 on, 2 out after Peterson struck out the first 2 in the frame. Runners take their leads. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, you know, on Tuesday against Sterling, you've got to save one of your better pitchers, Kyle Rosenbrock or Ryan Hirschfeld, for that game. The offering in the dirty short arm, that one. On the changeup, it's 2-0. Oh, this is the opposite of the first inning. The first 3 got on in the first. Now they're 2 balls away from the next 3 after the first 2 outs were recorded of getting on in the second. The 2-0 pitch swung on and foul down the right field line. And it's 2-1. Yeah, they might reposition Baker a little bit. He's playing fairly close to the line, but considering that Strasburg has just about painted that line twice, they're not exploiting the right center field gap. 2-1. Peterson delivers, and the breaking ball is fouled back. Good pitch by the sophomore. The count is level at 2-2. At second is Shoemate. He's singled, and Damon Chavarria, who walked, is at first. And now the temperature's begun to go up because of the sun. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Swung on and lifted down the right field line, drifting to foul territory. Long run for Baker, and he makes the catch as he runs right into the fence. Excellent play by Randy Baker in foul territory. And the inning is over. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. An inning and a half complete in Brush. It's Strasburg 2, Brush nothing in the Patriot League opener on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Strasburg with a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. I'm John Beltran from Sunset Baseball Field. Of course, alongside the number 1 Bee Digger fan, Ryan Kauk. He gets loud when things get testy. Let's see what happens here in the bottom of the second inning. As Brush had 2 on, 1 out in the first, and the 4-6-3 double play ended that threat. Here's Mitch Tormolen. Again, only 1 hit yesterday for the Bee Diggers in a 10-0 loss to Resurrection Christian. But last Friday, Tormolen launched a 2-run homer in what turned out to be a 9-1 victory over Thornton. Spencer Blau, the right-hander, will throw the first pitch at the bottom of the second inning. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike at the knees. Now, Strasburg's program has really improved over the past couple of years, getting to the district championship game a year ago, losing to Brush 5-0. But, of course, the Bee Diggers have come along strong as well. No balls and one strike. And the offering, and the breaking ball is taken low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, baseball virtually every day, it seems, except Sunday on both 10-10 and Morgan County's B106 between the Bee Diggers and the Fort Morgan Mustangs. The offering, and that fastball is low. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Bee Digger first baseman Mitch Tormolen, hitting out of the number 5 hole. Hohenholt lays down the sign. And Tormolen awaits the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded to third. To his left. And with a throw high to first. And did he tag him? No, late. The throw was errant over there by Glenn Wallace, even though the tag was made by Dugan Warner. But Tormolen was on the bag. And Tormolen reaches on the air by the third baseman.
Number 27, Tyler Monday.
There's Tyler Monday. He had 3 hits against Thornton in that 9-1 win. The stretch. And the offering. Upstairs and away. 1 ball, no strikes. To Tyler Monday, the Bee Digger third baseman. Blau delivers. Swing and a miss. Took a big hack at that when the count is level at 1-1. As Blau took something off of that. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the second inning. Throw back to first, back in diving is Tormolen. Strasburg with a 2-0 lead on 3 hits in the opening frame. Stretched by Blau. And the 1-1. And the breaking ball swung on and missed all the way to the screen between the legs of Hohenholt. That'll be a wild pitch despite the fact that it was swung at. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, it's actually a good thing Monday missed that pitch. You can't do anything with a pitch that's almost in the dirt, even though he went for it. 1-2 to the Bee Digger third baseman. So Tormolen at second in scoring position. And the offering, and the breaking ball is up and away. Ball 2, strike 2. Bee Diggers had 2 on and nobody out, or 1 out, I should say, in the first inning. Did not score. And now have a base runner to begin the second. The 2-2 pitch to Monday. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and he strikes out. There's 1 down in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up Oscar Soto. And I mentioned earlier there was only 1 left-handed hitter in the lineup, but Soto also hits from the left side. Hasn't had too many at-bats this year. He's the DH. The Bee Diggers are still looking for their first hit, but we're only in the bottom of the second inning. And the offering. Changeup is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, Brush has seen a lot of changeup pitchers over the years. They've almost excelled more against these fastball pitchers. 1-0 offering. That fastball is just a little bit down and in. Blau wondering where it missed. Just a little bit below the knees. 2-0. Tormolen off of second. Hohenholt lays down the sign, and Soto waits the 2-0, and he takes it on the inside corner, belt high for a strike. Count at 2-1. You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. 2-1. Oh, there's almost looked like a balk. And that is taken up and away. I mean, there was some jittery movement there by Blau as he came to the set. Then he stopped, then he started again. But it's 3-1. Blau threw just 12 pitches in the opening frame. He's working on number 14 now with only 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. And Tormolen goes, and that is taken outside the throw to third, and Tormolen's in there safely, sliding head first. It's a walk to Soto, and the Bee Diggers have runners at the corners.
Now batting
with one down for Nico Guzman, sophomore center fielder, who earlier this season against Jefferson Academy had the game-winning RBI double as the Bead Diggers rallied from that 4-0 hole to win 9-6. And Blau out of the windup with a runner at first and another at third. Let's see if he steps off. He will. I think he just lost his concentration there momentarily. So now out of the stretch. Conservative leads on the corners. Pitch to Guzman. Right there for a strike. A fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. Blau working rather deliberately. Gets the sign. And the 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss and a ball up in the zone. Really out of the zone. It's 0-2. Way out in front of that pitch was Nico Guzman. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Tormolin at third. Soto at first. 2-0 Strasburg in the bottom of the second inning. The stretch. Long pause and the offering. Called strike 3. A fastball in the outer half. Thigh high and there's 2 down. Second strike out of the inning for Spencer Blau. Great location. And here's the left-handed hitting left fielder Grayson Simmons. Yeah, that was certainly too close. I don't think Nico thought it was a strike, but you can't take that pitch. Way too close. Blau stretches with 2 down and runners in the corners. And the offering. And that's a strike on the inside corner. Thigh high, it's 0-1. Well, they could do something unconventional. Bunt up the third base side. Wallace is playing even with the bag. Simmons has speed, but I think he's going to hit away. Fake, now throw to first, and Soto back in. No balls, 1 strike to Grayson Simmons. Tormolin off of third. Soto at first. And the offering. Taken for a ball, and that changeup. Above the letters, it's 1-1. Now, Strasburg has played just 4 games this year. The Bead Diggers have played 8, but you get to these games, these are the ones that count. The Patriot League opener, the pitch. Swung on, foul, straight back. And that pitch was elevated as well. It's 1-2. Tormolin reached on an error, and Soto walked. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Got to watch for any pitch around that strike zone, because Blau has painted the corners on certain pitches. And the 1-2, swing and a miss. He blew it right by him. And Spencer Blau strikes out the side in the second. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. 2 complete in Brush. It's Strasburg 2, Brush nothing. You're listening to Brush Bead Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Strasburg leads 2-0 heading into the third inning. John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. By the way, kudos to John Bass, doing a great job getting this field in shape for this game. I mean, snow had to be taken off the field just for him to work on it, and it looks tremendous, because it was in such bad shape they could not play the scheduled game against Brush and Resurrection Christian yesterday in Brush. They had to play it in Loveland. So the game on the 29th is now going to be played here. The pitch, swing and a miss on that changeup. No balls and 1 strike to Tommy Moore, who had a base hit in the opening frame. And that loaded the bases and led to the 2 runs that the Indians scored. And the offering. Swung on and grounded weakly to short. Rosenbrock to his right, plays it off his body, and he'll have no play. And the Bead Diggers commit their second error of the game. Yeah, I didn't take the best hop for Rosenbrock, but there's no doubt if he comes up with it cleanly that he would have recorded the out. That'll bring up Spencer Blau, who grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, driving in a run. Well, that's Once again, the second error committed by Brush. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down and away. No balls and one strike. Well, Strasburg has turned a double play. Let's see if the B-Diggers can come up with one and shorten this inning. Because the only concern right now for Peterson is that pitch count. He's thrown 56 so far. Short lead at first for Moore. And the 0-1. Swung on and popped up in the infield on the right side. The first baseman, Tor Mullen, calls for it. He comes in and makes the catch. And there's one down. That thing hung up in the air for a while.
Now batting pitcher number 14, Spencer Blau.
So with one down, the batter is now Dugan Warner.
Correction, now batting first baseman, number 4, Dugan Warner.
With one out and one on in the third. Strasburg with a 2-0 lead. Matos Garcia lays down the sign. Peterson accepts. Long pause. And the pitch. Breaking ball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Follow us pitch by pitch, KSIRsports.com. If you haven't done so, it's a fascinating website. The offering. Change up just a little bit low and away. 2-0. Yeah, it shows you a picture of a whole baseball field. There's a mobile version, too, which is not as colorful, but you can still pick up the computer version on your phone. The 2-0 pitch swung on and popped foul. A jammed Warner. It's 2-1. Now you see a picture of a whole baseball field where the players are positioned, who's up at the plate, what's happened pitch by pitch, what every player has done. You can look at past games. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Stretch by Peterson. Long pause and a pitch. Breaking ball is right there for a strike down the middle at the knees. 2-2 to Dugan Warner, who grounded out in his first at-bat. Again, Peterson at the belt. And the 2-2. Swung on, right back to Peterson on the ground. He goes to second for 1, Rosenbrock to first, and that's a 1-6-3 double play. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, a B-Digger error, and nobody left. 2.5 have been played here in Brush. Strasburg 2, and the B-Diggers nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Spencer Blau begins his third inning of work for Strasburg with the Indians leading the B-Diggers 2-0. Top of the lineup for Brush, Alec Peterson will be followed by Arnoldo Matos Garcia and then Kyle Rosenbrock.
Leading off for the Diggers in the bottom.
Blau's had some trouble. He's
number 8, Alec Peterson.
Allowed 2 B-Diggers to be on the base paths each of the first 2 innings, so the B-Diggers have stranded 4. They had first and third with 1 out in the second inning, and had first and second with 1 out in the first inning. Alec Peterson popped up on the very first pitch. So the right-handed hitting sophomore into the box, and he's right on top of the plate, making it difficult for Blau. The offering, and the breaking ball is over for a strike at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Peterson digging back in. And Blau delivers. Curveball is lined to left field. That one's headed all the way to the fence. And around first is Peterson. He sprints towards second. It's a leadoff double here in the second inning as Cole Shoemate had no chance at that baseball. And the B-Diggers pick up their first hit of the game.
Now batting, pitcher, number
And it looks like Mikey Gutierrez out to run for the pitcher, Alec Peterson, who's got plenty of speed, but normally pitchers receive courtesy runners. That'll send up Matos Garcia. And that is Gutierrez out at second base. So this is the third consecutive inning. The B-Diggers have at least 1 base runner. Squaring to bunt, and it's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. A walk to the B-Digger freshman in the opening frame. Yeah, Peterson had hit that with some trajectory. Might have been gone, but he had tons of topspin. Actually, better to hit a ball like that than just to hit a long fly ball, even though the long fly ball could result in a home run. But from a baseball standpoint, it's better when you hit a line drive. Squaring to bunt. That one's in the dirt. Ball gets away. Headed to third is Peterson. That'll be a wild pitch. It's now 2-0. Didn't get away far from Hohenholt, but far enough. And check that. That's Gutierrez, not Peterson. That allowed Gutierrez to get the third. Aggressive base running by the sophomore. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch swung on and popped up and out of play off to the right. Ahead of that changeup, it's 2-1. Now, the one thing with Arnoldo, he's got a very compact swing. When you have a compact swing, you usually make contact. You don't strike out too many times. Blau out of the windup with a runner at third and nobody out here, and a 2-0 Strasburg lead. Wind and offering. Swung on and grounded to third. Wallace looks towards third. He might have get Gutierrez in a rundown. Throws towards the plate, and Gutierrez is out by a mile. Now headed to second is Maltos Garcia, and he is going to be safe and standing. So that'll be a fielder's choice 5-2 as Hohenholt applied the tag, and not very good base running by Gutierrez. No reason to take off for the plate when you've got nobody out and the heart of the lineup coming up. So that certainly hurt the Bee Diggers. Well, let's see if they can atone for that, as at least they have another runner in scoring position. The stretch. And a big lead out there. Throw back to second off balance, and that hit Maltos Garcia in the back, and it's a balk. Yeah, it looked like a very unconventional throw there by Spencer Blau, but a balk called on him. So now a Bee Digger at third with 1 out, still looking for their first run of this game. Alec Peterson began the inning with a triple, and then a ground out to third by Maltos Garcia. But Glenn Wallace was able to nail Gutierrez at the plate. The offering, and that is a fastball away. 1 ball, no strikes to Rosenbrock, who walked in his first plate appearance. Out of the windup is Blau with 1 out and a man at third in the third inning. Gets the sign and the offering, and that is a strike on the outside corner. Took something off of that. The count is level at 1-1. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank member FDIC equal housing lender. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 2-0 Strasburg in the bottom of the third inning. It's to Rosenbrock. And he swings and drives it to left field. That one's going to head all the way towards the fence, but cut off by the left fielder Shoemate. Scoring is Maltos Garcia on the line drive RBI single by Rosenbrock. And the Bee Diggers are on the board. The Strasburg lead is down to 1. It's 2-1. Just waited on that pitch. Yeah, I thought that was going to make it to the fence, but Shoemate did a nice job of cutting it off. Here's Ryan Hirschfeld, who grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the first inning. And Rosenbrock can certainly run. 2-step lead at first, a stretch. And Blau delivers. And did he wave at that pitch, the breaking ball in the dirt? No. 1 ball and no strikes, might have to check, and he did not. Field umpire Darren Baker says that he held up. 1-0 to Ryan Hirschfeld. And apparently somebody said something in the Strasburg dugout. Home plate umpire taking exception to that, and the call was already made, and now head coach Darryl Dodge and home plate umpire about to have a conversation. This is not going to be a pleasant one. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and Strasburg with a 2-1 lead. We've got 2 hits in the inning for the Bee Diggers, a triple by Alec Peterson and an RBI single from Kyle Rosenbrock. Yeah, to be honest with you from here, and I'm not partial when it comes to these things. I like to call these games very impartially in terms of the umpiring. I thought that he did not swing. And if the Bee Diggers get a break, I will certainly say that, or vice versa. But that certainly wasn't a swing. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. swung on and driven to left field, going way back as Shumate towards the track, and it's up against the fence on one hop. Rosenbrock is around second. He's into third, and now to second is Hirschfeld on the one-out double, and the Beat Diggers have two in scoring position for Mitch Tormolin, and now they're pounding the baseball in this frame.
First baseman number 25, Mitch Tormolin.
And that's three balls hit extremely hard. The Beat Diggers are home run short of the cycle. The Peterson triple, the Rosenbrock single, now the Hirschfeld double. Tormolin reached on an error on the third baseman, Glenn Wallace. And now for the windup is Spencer Blau. Beat Diggers looking for their first lead of the game. The pitch in the dirt. Nice block there by Hohenholt. On the breaking ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Brush has fallen behind in a few games this season. They've come back to win some of those and others not so good, but these are the games that really matter, the league games. And these are the games remaining throughout the rest of the regular season. And that changeup is down and in with the exception of April 29th against Resurrection Christian right here. 2 balls and no strikes to Mitch Tormolin. There is a base open, and Blau did strike out Monday. And he's looking over towards the Beat Digger dugout, so let's see how careful he is with Mitch Tormolin. 2-0. Swung on line to center field. That's a base hit. Crossing home plate is Kyle Rosenbrock. Around third is Hirschfeld. The throw towards the plate, the slide, and he's in there. It's a 2-run single by the Beat Digger first baseman, Mitch Tormolin. And Brush now leads in the bottom of the third inning, 3-2. Yeah, they certainly could have walked Tormolin.
Third baseman number 27, Tyler Monday.
But they decided to pitch to him, and the price was paid. Let's see if Monday can adjust from his previous at-bat. He swung at a couple of breaking balls that he had no chance of really hitting. Tormolin with a short advantage at first. The pitch. That curveball is right there, oh boy. Had he swung at that, that could have gone a long way. That was right in his zone. No balls and 1 strike. The Beat Diggers with a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the third inning on Strasburg in Brush. Hohenholt lays down the sign. And the 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed, and that one was located down and away. And it looks like Tyler's having a little trouble picking up the ball off of Spencer Blau's right hand. 0-2. And the pitch, and the breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the senior third baseman. Blau gets the sign with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the offering. Curveball is driven into deep left field. Shumate to his left. He's got room, makes the catch. Tormolin retreats to first as that ball was hit in the gap. Shumate got to it quickly, and there's 2 down. Well, that's a quality at bat by Monday. He hit that ball pretty hard, but it just died into the glove of Cole Shumate, the left fielder. There's Oscar Soto, who walked in his first plate appearance. Throw back to first, nothing doing. Tormolin back in standing. The stretch by Blau. The pitch up and away to the left-handed hitting DH. 1 ball, no strikes. Straight up at 1 o'clock. You're listening to 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley. I'm John Beltran, live from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush for this Patriot League opener. The Beat Diggers lead 3-2 in the third. And the offering. Swung on and driven foul off to the left. Giving chase is the third baseman Wallace, but it's out of play. Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop is Hometown Auto and Hardware. Stop by and let them help you at Hometown Auto and Hardware at 1305 Edison Street. Blau out of the stretch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 3 in, 1 on. Pitch to Soto, and the breaking ball is a beauty on the outer half at the knees. It's strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Soto is the 7th place hitter in this Beat Digger lineup. Blau gets the sign. And the offering. Up and in on that fastball. Overthrew it. The count is level at 2-2. And Well, field umpire Darren Baker's just, did he call, he signaled something. I'm not sure, but the inning is over. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the inning is over, so an out has been called. And we'll find out if Soto even leads off the inning. Yeah, he does come back up, so an out has been assigned. Or is the hitter out? Let's see. Yeah, Soto is the third out, so an out has been assigned. The Beat Diggers do score 3 runs in the inning. They get 3 hits. And there was a man left. Still not sure exactly what happened there, but called by field umpire Darren Baker. We head to the 4th inning. It's Brush 3, Strasburg 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, still don't have any clarification as to what happened there to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. We know that Oscar Soto will not come to bat in the bottom of the 4th, so he is the recorded out. I'm sure I'll get clarification well before this game is over. Nonetheless, 3-2 Brush, the pitch. Swung on and lifted to left field. Grayson Simmons is way back towards the track. He has run out of room. It's a home run. A home run to begin the 4th inning for Stephen Hohenholt. And Strasburg has deadlocked the game at 3. Just a long fly ball hit by Hohenholt. And here comes Logan LeClaire. That looked like a changeup that was hung in the zone. And Hohenholt got all of it. LeClaire, the shortstop, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. The stretch by Peterson and the offering. Swung on and popped up, and that is out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, we got the KSIR truck out here. You can check that out along the 3rd baseline for those who haven't seen it. We'll be sporting that during the home games as we did during football and basketball. The pitch, the breaking ball is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the shortstop, Logan LeClaire, another right-handed hitter. Peterson stretches. Peterson pitches. And the breaking ball's on the inside corner, belt high, strike 2. That froze the Strasburg shortstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stretch by Peterson. And the offering. Swung on and foul back. Yeah, we're headed towards a longer game here. We're not even halfway through. We played over an hour, or exactly an hour, I should say. Started this game at approximately 12:05. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan LeClaire. Peterson gets the sign from Maltos Garcia. The offering. Curveball is lifted right towards the pitcher, Peterson. He barely has to move. Now he takes a few steps. Now he backs up and makes the catch, falling right on his butt, but there's 1 down. Well, doesn't have to look pretty. You just have to pull it in, and that's what Peterson did.
Right field, number 21, Cameron Adams.
There's Cameron Adams. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Actually, a called strike 3 in his first at-bat. Peterson out of the stretch. And Peterson to the plate. In the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. This will be the 70th pitch thrown by Alec. 42 strikes, 27 balls thus far. 1-0. Swung on and grounded to short. Rosenbrock plays it on the 3rd hop, throws to first, and there's 2 down. 2 down in the 4th. That sends up Cole Shoemate, the left fielder.
Now batting left fielder, number 18, Cole Shoemate.
He hit that little fly ball that dropped just inside the right field line for a base hit. 3 runs on 5 hits for Strasburg, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Beat Diggers. Brush has committed 2 errors in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Strasburg with 1. The Beat Diggers have stranded 4, and the Indians have left 3 on the base pass. Neither pitcher has recorded a 1-2-3 inning. The stretch. Pitch to Shoemate. Swung on and popped up into shallow right field. Second baseman Hirschfeld is out. He's still going out, and he makes the catch. I don't know why Baker didn't call him off. Looked like it would be much easier for Baker, but I think what happened is that Hirschfeld had signaled for that much earlier than he should have. Nonetheless, he puts it away, and the Beat Diggers caught a couple of fly balls in that inning that didn't look conventional, but they did put those away. A home run by Stephen Hohenholt ties the game for Strasburg. We're midway through as we'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. After the break, it's Strasburg 3, Brush 3. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We begin the bottom of the fourth inning, and the first pitch to Nico Guzman is in the dirt to the screen. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Brush 3, Strasburg 3. Spencer Blau, the right-hander, still on the mound. He's been all over the place. 30 strikes and 27 balls. 1-0 pitch. That's right there on the outside corner. Took something off of that. The count is level at 1-1. Guzman with a close stance from the right side. Wind in the 1-1 pitch. Right there, outer half at the knees. It's 1-2. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's upset with himself for the call, but those are right around the plate. 1-2 to the Beat Digger center fielder. Yeah, he's getting just a tad closer. He wants to protect here as the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the fourth inning in a 3-3 game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the offering. Swing and a miss and a fastball, threw it right by him, and there's 1 down. 1 down for Grayson Simmons, who struck out swinging as well in his first plate appearance. Oh, we know the Patriot League title doesn't come down to the first game, but this is getting more critical as we get in the later stages in a tie game. And as is always the case, Eaton is the front runner. Then it's basically a battle for second. Blau gets the sign from Hohenholt. Wind and pitch. And it ran inside, nearly hit him. Simmons backs out of the way. It's 1-0. They're nearly even in all the categories today. Obviously on the scoreboard as well. 1-0 to the G-Man, and he takes it on the outside corner on the changeup for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan is Equitable Savings and Loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The bases are empty in the bottom of the fourth. The offering swung on and lifted to right field. A long run going way back towards the track, and that ball is going to be off the bottom of the fence. Simmons around first into second, and he's got a 1-out double. That ball could have actually been caught there by Cameron Adams, but I think he lost it. As he got back there towards the fence, he just really couldn't spot the baseball. And it was nearly a home run. So now the Beat Diggers threatening to take the lead, and they've got a few extra base hits in this game, including a triple to lead off the last inning by the current hitter, Alec Peterson, who's 1 for 2. He also popped out in the first. The stretch here by Blau. And the throw back to second. Back in diving is Simmons. With the shortstop covering. Strasburg had a 2-0 lead through 2.5. The Beat Diggers went ahead 3-2 in the third. Then a solo home run by Stephen Hohenholt has tied the game. But the Beat Diggers are threatening the pitch. And the changeup, a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. And Brush has been so good during close games throughout the years. And they've got a close one right now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Blau delivers. Swung on and fisted in the air down the right field side into foul territory. Giving chase was Warner. It's 0-2. That ball didn't have much height to it. And that was a good thing for Peterson. And, of course, with that slope, it's a very distinct slope down the right field line. Makes it difficult to run on even footing. Left field line, a different story, but the right field line, you're kind of like going downhill, then back uphill. No balls and 2 strikes to Alec Peterson. Long pause by Blau. And the pitch up and away with a fastball. Ball 1, strike 2. Yeah, you get one of these next 2 guys on, in Peterson or Maltos Garcia, then you have the heart of the order coming up. Simmons with about a 3-step lead at second. 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed, up and in. That certainly was not Peterson's pitch, but he made a late decision, and there's 2 down.
Maltos.
Here's Arnoldo Maltos Garcia, who walked and hit into that fielder's choice. So he's officially 0 for 1. Blau has looked a couple of times like he's going to operate out of a windup with a man on base, but now he's in the stretch in the offering. Swung on, line to left field. That's a base hit. Let's see if Simmons is going to score. He looks towards left field. It's going to be held up as the throw is back into the infield. Maltos takes off for second, and he's in there on the throw. So the freshman is now 1 for 2 in the game off that line drive. And great base running. And that's just being totally aware of the situation. And for a freshman to do that is very impressive. A lot of guys would have held up at first, but he saw the ball loose in the infield on that throw. No error. And here's Kyle Rosenbrock, who drove in a run with a base hit. Also walked prior to that, so he's a perfect 1 for 1 so far. And Blau out of the windup with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch. The breaking ball is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. To Kyle Rosenbrock. Yeah, Blau's working up that pitch count. The offering outside. 2-0. Blau so far has struck out 5 and walked 3. 2 balls, no strikes. The Beat Diggers and Strasburg Indians deadlocked at 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wind and pitch, and that floater stayed very high. In fact, the catcher had to leap to come down with it. It's 3-0 with Ryan Hirschfeld on deck. Yeah, there is a base open. Let's see if Rosenbrock is swinging on 3-0. He knows he's a big hitter in this inning. And the offering, and he takes the breaking ball in the dirt, and that's a good job of Blau not giving in. He threw him a fastball. Rosenbrock was going to maybe swing at that. You don't know. So Rosenbrock walked for the second time in the game. 4th walk issued by the right-hander Spencer Blau. And here is Ryan Hirschfeld, who was grounded out and doubled. And it looked like the pitcher, I don't know if he went to his mouth or something, but the umpires are converging right around the mound, and they're calling in the head coach, Darryl Dodge. Yeah, there's something. It appears that either Blau did wrong, unless it's an injury, which, they don't necessarily clarify these things. What happened with Soto, there was some obstruction. Obstruction was called on Soto, and that's why he was out, and that's the official word in what happened in the bottom of the 3rd inning after that ball nearly hit him on a pitch that was obviously inside. All right, so the bases are loaded. Simmons at 3rd, Maltos Garcia at 2nd, Rosenbrock at 1st, with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Beat Diggers and Indians deadlocked at 3. Hirschfeld, the second baseman, at 1 for 2. What happened the last time he faced Strasburg with the bases loaded? Well, it was last May, and he went yard. Here's the wind and pitch, and the breaking ball is grounded to short, and a tough hop. The throw to first is going to be made in time, and the play was made out there by Logan LeClaire, and the inning is over. The Beat Diggers threatened but did not score in the frame. They leave the bases loaded. They've stranded 7 in the game. We played 4, Brush 3, Strasburg 3 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, this is perhaps down to a 3-inning game now, or more. The Beat Diggers and Strasburg Indians are tied at 3 going into the 5th inning. Brush just had the bases loaded with 2 down, but Ryan Hirschfeld grounded out to the shortstop, Logan LeClaire, to end the frame. And Alec Peterson will now face the top of the order, Damon Chavarria, Glenn Wallace, and Tommy Moore. They all had base hits in the 1st inning off Peterson. Chavarria is 1 for 1. He also walked. Boy, you need a clean inning here from Peterson. Neither pitcher has had a 1-2-3 frame, and the changeup is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Stubbs Gas and Oil to I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Stubbs Gas and Oil. 1 ball, no strikes, and the offering. Swung on and grounded left side. The third baseman, Monday, has got it. He fires a bullet to first, and there's one down in the fifth inning. And that'll send up the third baseman, Glenn Wallace, who singled and popped out. And these tie games, obviously the home team has the advantage. It's kind of like when you get into overtime of a college football game, and the team that wins the coin toss usually is on defense first. The pitch, and the breaking ball is in the dirt. Okay, you know exactly what you have to do in a tie game, and you've got same number of outs to play with normally, but now the Bee Diggers have an extra out to play with since there's one down. The curveball is just outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Glenn Wallace. Peterson gets the sign from Maltos Garcia. Let's see if he comes in with a fastball. 2-0 pitch. Oh, he really short-armed that changeup. It's 3-0. Let's check out some numbers here. Momentarily on Peterson, there's a visit to the Hill. Look to the team at Valley View Villa for rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. 815 Fremont, 867-8261. Valley View Villa, 3 balls and no strikes. Peterson today has struck out 2. The offering right there for a strike. Are you kidding me? Wallace was throwing the bat towards the dugout. I don't have no idea why. I mean, that thing was right down the middle. Did the umpire all of a sudden lose his head? I mean, there's no way that's going to be called a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the breaking ball now, it's in the dirt, so it's a walk. Second issued by Peterson to go along with the aforementioned 2 strikeouts.
Second baseman, number 1,
Tommy Moore singled and reached on an error. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Brush 3, Strasburg 3 in the top of the 5th inning in Brush. And it's starting to warm up just a bit. Not too bad with the weather that's pending here over the next few days, starting on Monday, that they can't get more than just 1 game in, but can be at 2 places at one time, and that pitch is outside. Took something off of that. It's 1-0 to Moore. And again, because of that walk, that'll be 9 consecutive half innings in which neither pitcher has retired the side in order. Throw back to first, back in diving is Glenn Wallace. 1 ball, no strikes. Peterson looks back, looks in, the pitch. A changeup, a beauty on the inside corner at the knees. It's 1-1. He threw that knuckle curve a lot 8 days ago. Hasn't thrown that at all in this game. A stretch. Long pause. Throw back to first. Back in diving is Wallace. And as we've told you before, you can follow us pitch by pitch at KSIRsports.com. Click on today's game. Find out what happened last inning, 2 innings ago. In the first inning, the pitch. Changeup goes through Maltos Garcia towards the screen. And that ball is initially in the dirt, so that will be a wild pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Strasburg looking to reclaim the lead. They were up 2-0 after half an inning. That lasted until the bottom of the third when the Bee Diggers tallied 3 runs. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Pitch to Moore, and the breaking ball is down and away. And now the pitch count is certainly going to be a concern. 83 pitches thrown by Peterson. The 3-1 delivery to Tommy Moore. Here it is. Just a little bit low and away on the changeup. 2 on. 1 out. John Hirschfeld Jr. out to the mound. Spencer Blau will be the hitter. Yeah, those walks are just a killer. 3rd walk issued by Peterson, 2nd in the inning. And let's see if he's going to stay in the game. Nope. Peterson will be replaced on the mound, and we'll take a break, a 2-minute break. Pitching change brought to you by Greg Mullen of State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life, home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance. is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. We'll take a break with the score. Brush 3, Strasburg 3 in the top of the 5th inning on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Kyle Rosenbrock is the new pitcher for the Bee Diggers. Arnoldo Matos Garcia goes from the catcher's position to short, and Alec Peterson from the mound to behind the plate. Those are the 3 changes. Strasburg and Brush tied at 3 in the top of the 5th inning with men at first and second and 1 out. Those were walks issued by Peterson, who is still the pitcher of record. But if Strasburg doesn't take the lead, then the pitcher of record would be Rosenbrock. Spencer Blau hit into a fielder's choice and popped out. He's 0 for 2. A very critical moment in the game. At second is Wallace. The pitch into dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Of course, right behind him at first is Tommy Moore. Oh, 1 pitch could end this frame on a double play. Runners take their leads. Rosenbrock looks in. And the 1-0. Fastball down and away. Nice play by Peterson. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, well, the way Rosenbrock is capable of pitching, there are many times he doesn't even operate out of the stretch. But he's in relief in this particular situation. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on. The Bee Diggers and Indians are deadlocked at 3 in the 5th inning. A critical pitch to Spencer Blau. Here it is, and he bounced it in. 3-0. And that's the other thing when you're used to being a starting pitcher, even though Rosenbrock has come into the game in relief before, and he certainly did last season, you're not necessarily warmed up. The pitch, that fastball right there for a strike on the outer half at the knees. It's 3-1. Blau back into the box. And the 3-1 pitch. Fastball's just a little bit low, and the bases are loaded, and they're loaded on 2 walks by Peterson and 1 by Rosenbrock. Here is Dugan Warner, who was grounded to the second baseman Hirschfeld and then grounded into a 1-6-3 double play. Well, this time you hit it back to the pitcher. You go to the plate for a 1-2-3 double play. Well, this is an even more critical moment in the game. The offering. Fastball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Rosenbrock still looking to establish his comfort zone. Took a while for Peterson, and he got going. The pitch. Swung on line foul off to the right on a fastball. A very late swing. Count it 1-1. And we know that Rosenbrock has a lethal breaking ball. If he can get to 2 strikes, then he'll really have Warner in a pickle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th inning in this Patriot League opener. The Bee Diggers and Indians are deadlocked at 3. The stretch and the offering. Oh, that fastball was short-armed. It was low, 2-1. Yeah, another huge pitch coming up for Kyle. Down in the count for the second straight hitter. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and hit right back to the mound. Rosenbrock is going to come to the plate for 1. Peterson to first, and that is a double play! 1-2-3 on the slow roller back to Kyle Rosenbrock. The inning is history. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left. 4.5 complete. The Bee Diggers 3, the Indians 3 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers and Strasburg Indians tied at 3 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Now let's see if the Bee Diggers can take advantage of the advantage, which is getting out of a major jam there with the bases loaded and 1 out, and Dugan Warner hits into the 1-2-3 double play. And essentially, Brush has 9 outs to play with, Strasburg with only 6, but only 6 outs to play with if the Bee Diggers can score a run or 2 here. Then they don't have to even worry about hitting in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Spencer Blau, the starting pitcher, remains in the game. He will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Mitch Tormolen, Tyler Monday, and Oscar Soto. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. Ehrlich Toyota East. Tormolin reached on an error and then had a 2-run single in the 3-run third inning, the only inning in which the Bead Diggers have tallied runs. The wind by the right-hander, the pitch, and the breaking ball is in the dirt. Yeah, if the Bead Diggers have their way, they'll get Blau close to 100 pitches by the end of this inning, but they need a fairly big inning. He's thrown only 74. 1-0 to the Bead Digger first baseman, Mitch Tormolin. Blau awaiting the sign. And the offering. A little bit low on that fastball, 2-0. This was the count in Tormolin's previous at-bat with runners at second and third with 2 down, and Blau decided to pitch to Tormolin. And he made them pay with a 2-run single. The pitch, way outside. 3-0 to Mitch Tormolin. Again, I'll repeat, neither pitcher has had a 1-2-3 inning. And the Bead Diggers are 1 ball away from continuing that trend. 3-0. Low with a changeup, and Tormolin walks on 4 pitches. And Spencer Blau has now walked 5 in the game to go along with the 5 strikeouts. Tyler Monday struck out and then hit a line shot that was caught in left by Cole Shoemate. Monday with that open stance. Big and strong. That bat looks like a toothpick in his hand. Blau, long pause, and then Monday calls time. Committed to serving those in production ag, Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. The stretch. Monday awaits the pitch, and the breaking ball is a beauty right there, thigh high for a strike. It's 0-1. Rockies and Padres coming up a little bit later on 10-10. Rockies were down 5-3 last night, scored 2 in the 8th, and they got back-to-back homers in a 9th from Dexter Fowler and Josh Rutledge and won 7-5. 0-1, curveball outside. Count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Weather permitting, the Bead Diggers on Tuesday will be back here against the very talented Sterling Tiger team. Then Thursday on the road against Platte Valley. The Tuesday starts at 4 o'clock. Thursday in Kersey at 3:30. Then a week from today at Bigfoot Turf Farms against Valley at 11 a.m. Swag and a miss and a ball up in the zone. And the count is at 1-2 to the Bead Digger third baseman Tyler Monday. Brush and Strasburg tied at 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Follow us pitch by pitch at KSIRsports.com. Get a complete, detailed account of this game. The offering, curveball is upstairs. 2-2. To Monday, one of the games this year, not sure yet, will be in the stands for a good portion of the game. Have some fun with the fans. The stretch. And the 2-2. Curveball is grounded right up the middle. Should be 2. LeClaire flips to second for 1, more to first, and that is a double play. And there's 2 down in the 5th inning. Oscar Soto, who was called out for obstruction, is now the hitter. He's 0 for 1. He walked in his first plate appearance. Well, that changes this inning drastically. Hohenholt lays down the sign and the offering. Fastball rides inside at the knees. It's 1-0. Second double play turned today by Strasburg. The Bead Diggers have also turned 2. Both started on the mound, one by Peterson and one by Rosenbrock. 1-0 pitch. Changeup down and away. 2-0. On deck is Mikey Gutierrez. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out. The base is empty. The offering. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. A long run for the third baseman Wallace, and the left fielder Shoemate still running, and the ball's going to drop for a base hit on one hop fielded by Shoemate. And Soto is on. That will extend the inning for Mikey Gutierrez. A big at bat for the sophomore, considering we're deadlocked. Throw back to first, nothing doing. Gutierrez still waiting the first pitch of the at bat. And here it is. And that changeup is just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hohenholt lays down the sign. The stretch by Spencer Blau. And the offering. Up and in with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, this could get interesting with the G-man, Grayson Simmons, on deck. He had a extra base hit in his last at bat. 2-0. Short lead for Soto. The stretch. And the offering. A little bit high. Well, I don't blame Spencer Blau. He's wondering where he missed. The umpire says high, but I thought that was good enough to merit a strike. 3-0. Yeah, that was definitely across the letters. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Gutierrez. That's outside, and that's the 6th walk issued by Spencer Blau in the game, the 2nd of the inning. First and second, 2 down for Grayson Simmons.
Number 4, Grayson Simmons.
And now we'll have a visit to the mound. This will be the pitching coach, not the head coach, Darryl Dodge. Well, the Beat Diggers faced a critical moment with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the 5th inning, and then Kyle Rosenbrock got Dugan Warner to hit into a 1-2-3 double play. Now with 2 out and nobody on, a base hit by Soto and a walk to Mikey Gutierrez. And Brushkin reclaimed the lead. They have led only once in this game, 3-2, before Stephen Hohenholt tied it with a home run in the 4th inning for the Indians. Conversation breaks up. And Grayson Simmons, the 9th place man in the lineup, who's 1 for 2. He has struck out swinging and doubled. Yeah, if he can pull the ball again, because Cameron Adams, the right fielder, he didn't even see the ball hit by Simmons. And the ball landed on the fly off the bottom of the fence, but it certainly was catchable had he seen it. Of course, 300 down the right field line, the stretch, and the offering. Swing and a miss way out in front of the changeup on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Yeah, head coach Mark Muniz at third and Rich Gutierrez at first. On the base pass, the offering. Swung on, driven deep to center field. Now going way back and making the catch was Damon Chavarria after he came in a couple of steps, and the inning is over. The Beat Diggers had 2 on. They got 1 hit. No errors and 2 men left. Well, we're going to the 6th inning after the break. It's Brush 3, Strasburg 3. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. More changes for the Beat Diggers as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Kyle Rosenbrock, who was the 2nd Brush pitcher, is now back at short. Mikey Gutierrez at 2nd. And Ryan Hirschfeld is the new pitcher. He comes in from 2nd base. Yeah, they have to save Kyle Rosenbrock, because if they somehow, even though based on the weather forecast it looks very grim, but if they somehow play Tuesday against Sterling, I would assume Rosenbrock would start that game. Because you look at the next 3 games, Sterling, Platte Valley, and Valley. Sterling is the strongest team. You need the best pitcher. So the Beat Diggers are managing their pitching staff very, very strict here. So Ryan Hirschfeld is the 3rd Brush pitcher. And in this inning, to begin the 6th in a 3-3 game, he'll face the 5, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Stephen Hohenholt, Logan LeClaire, and Cameron Adams. And Hohenholt has hit a line shot that was caught by Grayson Simmons. And then he tied the game in the 4th inning with a solo home run off of Alec Peterson. So it doesn't get more critical than these 2 innings. And this is the Patriot League opener. And your overall record doesn't matter as much as the league record. The overall matters when you start to seed. But the league record is huge. Because if you want a home site, you've got to finish no worse than second in the Patriot League, and that's what the Bee Diggers did a year ago. In fact, they also did that in 2009. But they won last year here. Well, in fact, they also did it in 2011. I should mention that they've hosted the district tournament 3 of the last 4 years. In 2009, they lost to Faith Christian. 2011, they lost in the opening game to La Junta. Last year, they defeated St. Mary's and Strasburg. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. A sharp breaking ball to Hohenhold by Hirschfeld. No balls and 1 strike. Strasburg scored 2 in the first, 1 in the fourth. The pitch and the breaking ball. Did he wave at it? He did on the outside. And it's 0-2. Now, Hirschfeld's a very smart pitcher. He knows that Hohenhold hit a couple of shots off of fastballs and changeups. He's not going with any of that. Swung on and fouled back, although he challenged him with a fastball, and that time Hohenhold got a piece of it. No balls and 2 strikes. Hirschfeld gets the sign. Here's the wind and pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. There's 1 down in the 6th inning. Came from a different angle. That'll bring up Logan LeClaire, who has struck out swinging and popped to the mound. He is 0 for 2. Hirschfeld looking for the first 1-2-3 inning by any pitcher in this game. Wind and offering. Fastball right there for a strike on the outer half, knee high, and it's 0-1. The Bee Diggers have a 2-run single from Mitch Tormon in the game and an RBI single from Rosenbrock. Fastball is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Indians 1-3 going in. The Bee Diggers are 4-4. Hirschfeld looks in. Wind and pitch. Swung on in line towards right center field. That is a base hit beyond the leaping Mikey Gutierrez. And that extends the streak of half innings now at 13, where neither pitcher's had a 1-2-3 inning. And now it's neither. It's more like 4 now. For the Indians, that's their 6th hit of the game. The Bee Diggers have 7. But the disturbing number for Brush is they have stranded 9 runners. Strasburg has stranded 5. Stretch the pitch to Adams. Upstairs. Adams is struck out looking and grounded out. So he is 0 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 6th inning in Brush. The Bee Diggers 3, the Strasburg Indians 3. Stretched by Hirschfeld. Throw back to first and casual move back in standing is Logan LeClaire. Peterson setting up on the outside. 1-0 pitch. Fastball right there for a strike at the knees, and the count is level at 1-1. And the Bee Diggers have the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning. But you got to get through this one first. The pitch. Curveball is hit very weakly right towards the mound. Peterson's going to pick it up. He'll have to throw to first. That's in time. Excellent play by the catcher, Alec Peterson. Runner advances to second. And there's 2 down. Cole Shoemate will now be the batter. Shoemate in the game is 1 for 2, singled, and then popped out. That single's right along the right field line. Wind and pitch. Fastball, a strike. Yeah, in fact, I know that's not Randy Baker out there. Baker's in center. He's been moved to center, so let's see if that's Matos Garcia in right. The fastball's up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The stretch by Hirschfeld with a man at second. And the offering. Swung on, lined, and into right field for a base hit. And Matos Garcia will throw to Tormolin. Now to the plate. Tormolin, the slide, the tag. Out at the plate is Leclerc, who thought he beat the tag, and the inning is over. A close play, but Leclerc is called out off that base hit. And Strasburg does not score in the sixth inning. They strand one. We head to the bottom of the sixth. It is Brush 3, Strasburg 3 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 9-3-2 as Logan Leclerc was cut down at the plate on the base hit by Cole Shoemate. Went from Matos Garcia to Tormolin to Peterson, and Leclerc certainly thought he was safe, and it was very, very close because he slid around the outside of the plate. And Strasburg was not happy about that at all. The coaches were not happy. Here is Alec Peterson to begin the bottom of the sixth inning. He is 1 for 3. He popped out, he doubled, and struck out swinging. And Spencer Blau is about to throw his 92nd pitch. Strasburg had 2 hits in that frame against Ryan Hirschfeld, and they ended up stranding 1, so they've stranded 6 in the game. Wind and pitch. Right there for a strike, took something off it down the middle just above the knees. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to the B-Digger starting pitcher, who's now behind the plate. The pitchers of record, of course, are Blau of Strasburg and Hirschfeld of Brush. And the 0-1. Curveball is lifted down the right field line. That could be trouble. Warner's going back towards the line, and it's foul. 0-2. Again, he's got to run downhill. And the right fielder, Adams, basically running on an even plane until he finds that little groove in the grass. No balls and 2 strikes. And undoubtedly, Blau will eclipse the 100 pitch mark here in the bottom of the sixth inning. He's at 93. No balls and 2 strikes to Peterson. Followed by Matos Garcia and Rosenbrock. This is the inning for the B-Diggers. You've got the top of the lineup. Wind and offering. Swing and a miss and a fastball above the letters. I don't know why he swung at that pitch, but it's strikeout number 6 for Spencer Blau. Second strikeout of Alec Peterson in the game, and there's 1 down. Matos has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and singled. He's 1 for 2. Yeah, I think Alec was looking for the game-winning home run there because he took a huge swing. The pitch, and the breaking ball is grounded left side. The third baseman, Wallace, has it on 2 hops. He fires to first, and Arnoldo Matos Garcia is out, and there's 2 down. Well, maybe he won't get to 100 pitches this inning. Here's Rosenbrock. He's had a perfect day. A walk, a single, and a walk. And if you're a B-Digger fan, you know what you're thinking right now. Let's kiss this one over the left field fence and take the lead. And Rosenbrock has been very patient in all 3 at-bats, as evidenced by his 2 walks and a single. Blau kicks and fires. Fastball is upstairs. How careful will Blau be with Rosenbrock? Number 1 rule in baseball, you do not allow the opposing team's best player to beat you, and Rosenbrock's not the best. He's amongst the best. The pitch. Breaking ball is in the dirt. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. He's pitching around him. In fact, if I were Blau, I don't think I'd throw Rosenbrock a hittable strike. You got to throw something down and away. Any pitch that will not give the B-Diggers the lead if you're Strasburg. Of course, we're thinking differently. 2-0. Yeah, that's upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes to Rosenbrock. I think Blau's going to take his chances with Ryan Hirschfeld. But if you give Rosenbrock anything to hit here on a 3-0, he might think about swinging. 3-0 offering. A changeup at the knees. It's 3-1. Even then, he took something off of that pitch. This will be the 100th pitch thrown by Spencer Blau in the game. 3-1, 2 outs. Bases empty in the bottom of the 6th. Deadlocked at 3. Wind and offering. Curveball is grounded right up the middle. The second baseman, Moore, to his right, has got it. He throws to first late, and Rosenbrock beats it out. It jammed Rosenbrock, but he's now 2 for 2 in the game.
Pitcher number 23,
and here's Ryan Hirschfeld. He can help his own cause. The Bee Diggers now have 8 hits in the game. But again, if Rosenbrock doesn't score, they will have stranded 10 through the first 6 innings. And I remember when we did a game 2 years ago in Strasburg, the Bee Diggers lost 6-4 when Mitch Tormolen was thrown out at the plate on the game's final play, and Brush ended up stranding 12. Short lead for Rosenbrock. Pitch to Hirschfeld. And he takes a changeup for a strike just above belt level. And it's 0-1. Hirschfeld in the game is 1 for 3. A couple of groundouts. In between that was a double. 0-1 pitch. Ooh, the curveball just missed. Blau has no idea where that missed, and I got to tell you, neither do I. That was very close. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hohenholt lays down the sign. The stretch by Blau. And the offering. Curveball is popped foul and out of play. The count goes to 1-2. To Ryan Hirschfeld. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, deadlocked at 3 on what has become an overcast Saturday. But the Bee Digger fans are out, and whether they're in the stands or beyond the outfield fence, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Rosenbrock with a 2-step lead, and he's taking off, and the pitch is inside and very high with that fastball. Rosenbrock is a stolen base without a throw. Oh, you've got speed at second. You've got your cleanup hitter at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In a 3-3 game, the stretch. A look back. And the offering. Curveball is laced up the middle for a base hit beyond the diving LeClaire. Rosenbrock is around third. The throw towards the plate will be late and cut off. And the Bee Diggers grab a 4-3 lead on the line drive. Run-scoring single from Ryan Hirschfeld.
Now batting, first baseman number 25.
And he waited on that off-speed pitch. That's why that stolen base was huge. Here's Mitch Tormolen, who reached on an air, singled and walked.
Your attention, please. Courtesy runner number 35, Zane Fow.
Zane Fow is the courtesy runner for Ryan Hirschfeld, who is now on the mound. He's the pitcher of record. Again, goes back to the point that we made earlier. In these close games, the Bee Diggers throughout the years have seemed to pull them off. This game is certainly not over as Tormolen steps in. 2-step lead. The offering. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. If the Bee Diggers hold on and Blau gets out of this, he will have gone the distance, but it will be in a loss. Laying down the sign is Hohenholt. This will be the 107th pitch of the game for Spencer Blau. Here it is. And the changeup is low. 2 balls and no strikes. And part of the reason that pitch count is up is because of the inconsistency from this right-hander. The stretch and the 2-0. And the breaking ball is a strike, a beauty right there at the knees. 2-1. I mentioned earlier, Blau has struck out 5. And walked 4 in the game. The 2-1 pitch to Tormolen, and he takes a curveball for a strike. Ooh, that looked like it dipped below the knees, but it's 2-2. Zane Fow at first. A 2-out infield single by Rosenbrock kept the rally going. The stretch and the offering. Fastball is drilled into deep left center field. I don't think the ballpark will hold it towards the track. No, it's off the bottom of the fence. Around second is Fow, and he's going to go through the stop sign. The throw towards the plate is up the third base side in foul territory. Fow slides in safely. Tormolen to third. It'll be a double for Tormolen. He goes to third on the throw, and the Bee Diggers lead 5-3. I thought he had kissed it, but it didn't have enough trajectory. But give Tormolen the double. If that throw is anywhere close to the plate, Fow's out by a mile. I mean, there's no question in my mind. But the throw by LeClaire was well up the third base side. Here's Tyler Monday, who's 0 for 3. Struck out, popped out, and grounded out. Out of the windup, the pitch, and the slow curve is a strike. Bell tie, it's 0-1. A couple of 2-out base hits by the B-Diggers. The single from Hirschfeld and the double from Tormolin. Wind and offering. Curveball is fouled off to the right. Well, it doesn't matter if they strand Tormolin now. That would be a 10-stranded runner. Straight up at 2 o'clock, you're listening to 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Ray, where the B-Diggers have grabbed their first multiple-run lead of the game. It's 5-3, and they're still hitting with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Winding the pitch to Monday. Did he go? And, yep, they're going to say he did on a pitch that was up and in. He tried to actually get out of the way. Monday strikes out. However, the B-Diggers score 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a man left. Let's head to the 7th. The B-Diggers lead the Strasburg Indians in Brush 5-3 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the 6th inning is the difference maker in this game as Logan LeClaire was cut down at the plate in the top of the 6th with 2 outs on a base hit by Cole Shoemate. Then in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs and nobody on, Kyle Rosenbrock with an infield single. He stole second. Ryan Hirschfeld with a 2-out, 2-strike single, scoring Rosenbrock, making it 4-3. Then Zane Fowl scores in the Mitch Tormolin double, and if that throw by LeClaire is made towards the catcher, Hohenholt, Fowl would have been out by 10 feet, but it was well up the third base side. And Tormolin has driven in 3 in the game because he also had a 2-run single in the third. And Ryan Hirschfeld,
number 3,
now looking to be the winning pitcher in this game. It'll be the top of the order, Damon Chavarria, who singled, walked, and grounded out. He's 1 for 2. The pitch and the breaking ball is down the middle. Bell tie, it's 0-1. Yeah, this would be ideal for the B-Diggers. You save Rosenbrock, who threw to only 2 hitters. Even save Hirschfeld a bit. Fastball down and away. Count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. To Damon Chavarria. Wind and pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. 1-2. Your one-stop center for projects around your home office or yard is Ackley Building Center. They certainly carry appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. The wind and the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is in the dirt. That's sidearm delivery by the junior Ryan Hirschfeld. The count is at 2-2. Now, Hirschfeld's velocity has picked up as he's gotten older as well. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is tapped right out in front of the plate. Peterson picks it up, fires to first, 1 down. Second impressive play made by Alec Peterson from behind the plate. That'll send up the third baseman, Glenn Wallace. Wallace is singled, popped out, and walked. He is 1 for 2. We have played 6 innings of baseball and no 1, 2, 3 innings as of yet. Hirschfeld trying to change that, fouled at the plate off of Peterson. It's 0-1. Solid baseball today. Didn't come out to the game. You missed a good one, but hope you're enjoying it right here on 1010 and KSIR.com. The breaking ball is up and in, and the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike to Glenn Wallace, the Strasburg third baseman. Hirschfeld gets the sign from Peterson, who sets up towards the outside. Wind and offering. Fastball is just outside. He thought he had it. It's 2-1 instead. Hey, you want to stay away from Spencer Blau and even Stephen Hohenholt later on in the inning. Hohenholt has a home run in this game. 2-1 pitch. Fastball is down and in. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Glenn Wallace. 5-3 Brush in the top of the 7th inning. The bases are empty with 1 down. Wind and pitch. Fastball, a strike at the knees. 3-2, and Wallace was taking all the way. He thought he might have had ball 4. Well, don't necessarily assume a fastball here by Hirschfeld. He might pull the breaking ball. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded on the right side. The second baseman, Gutierrez, to his right, throws to first, 2 down. 2 down in the 7th.
Now batting second baseman, number 1,
And Tommy Moore is 1 for 2. He's reached every time. He singled, and then he reached on an error and walked. He is the final chance for Strasburg as they trail by 2 runs in the 7th. Wind and pitch, and the breaking ball is a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. The Beat Diggers looking to improve to 5-4. 1-0. Swung on and tapped on the left side. Hirschfeld to his right. Picks it up, sidearms to first, and the game is over. It's a 1-2-3 7th inning as the Beat Diggers defeat the Strasburg Indians at Sunset Baseball Field. 5-3. We'll come back with a recap right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Welcome to the Beat Digger postgame show, brought to you by Buildings by Design in Brush, which takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. The Beat Diggers defeat the Strasburg Indians 5-3. 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 10 left on base for Brush. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base for the Beat Diggers. The winning pitcher was Ryan Hirschfeld in relief. He was the 3rd Beat Digger pitcher today. Spencer Blau went the distance for Strasburg, but he takes the loss. Time of the game, 2 hours and 2 minutes. Strasburg had their first 3 hitters reach. Then Spencer Blau would deliver a fielder's choice, driving in the first run. A Beat Digger error scored the second run as the Indians went up 2-0. Beat Diggers, though, came back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kyle Rosenbrock with an RBI single. Mitch Tormolin came up with a 2-run single, and the Beat Diggers grabbed a 3-2 lead. But on the first pitch at the top of the 4th inning, Stephen Hohenholt went deep on Alec Peterson, made it 3-3. It stayed that way until the bottom of the 5th. With 2 down and nobody on, Kyle Rosenbrock reaches on an infield single, steals second. Ryan Hirschfeld with an RBI single is able to score Rosenbrock, making it 4-3. And then Zane Fow, the courtesy runner, would score on an RBI double from Mitch Tormolin, who drove in 3 in the game. And the Beat Diggers walk away with a 5-3 victory. They'll be back in action, weather permitting, on Tuesday at 4 o'clock right here from Sunset Baseball Field when they take on the Strasburg Indians. But it doesn't look good, so you can log on to our Facebook page at 1010 KSIR Sports for update. Of course, updates, that is. The Brush Beat Diggers have their own page on Facebook, and you can get updates from there as well. And also the first source, PatriotLeagueCO.org. And you can check that out for any changes in the Brush Beat Digger baseball schedule, as the Beat Diggers will play once again Tuesday at 4 o'clock at home against Sterling, 3:30 on Thursday on the road against Platte Valley, and then a week from today at Bigfoot Turf Farms, 11 a.m. against the Valley Vikings. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Beat Digger baseball, doing a great job as always, has been Rose Condis. I'm John Beltran. The final score once again this afternoon from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. The Beat Diggers 5, the Strasburg Indians 3, right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.